Hello again, world. This is Michael G. Nastos for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. This is our headline news broadcast for Friday, August 29th, 2014. Our top story today comes from the Ypsilanti Courier and writer Crystal Elliott. Joshua Johnson, a 15-year-old Ypsilanti resident, was arrested Tuesday after a woman found him in her bed without pants. Johnson was arraigned Thursday on 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 1 count of first-degree home invasion, and 1 count of larceny in a building. He is being held at the Washtenaw County Juvenile Detention Center with no bond. Ypsilanti police were dispatched to the 700 block of Pearl Street around 4:53 a.m. after the woman reported the incident. The victim, 23, reported that she woke up in the middle of the night, found an unknown black man lying next to her with his pants off. The man, later identified as Johnson, fled when the victim screamed. It was determined that Johnson gained entry through a window of her home on the 700 block of Pearl Street. He was later located by the Ypsilanti Community Attack Team at his residence, interviewed, and then arrested. A preliminary exam has been scheduled for Thursday, September 4th at 8:30 a.m. More on this story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the price of road salt is expected to be costly this winter.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back to WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and thanks to our friends at Morgan Taylor for sponsoring our newscast today. Our next story comes from the Ann Arbor Journal and writer Ben Baird. With the pre-season price for winter road maintenance salt more than double what it was last year, another harsh winter could mean less money for Washtenaw County road projects in 2015. An even bigger issue for the Washtenaw County Road Commission than salt prices is the lack of sustainable funding from the state as roads and bridges continue to deteriorate and the overall cost to fix them rises. Jim Harmon, who is the Director of Operations for the Commission, says he hopes state legislators will act to address these concerns. He encourages residents to contact their elected representatives about this. Quote, "The increase in salt prices represents an increase of approximately $500,000 to $600,000 in our 2014-15 winter expenses." He also said, "We are attempting to do more with less, and the budget hits just keep on coming. We're dealing with the same revenues we had a decade ago, and the cost of materials keeps increasing, making it harder to deliver the level of service the public expects." More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Our next story, Bush's grocery store chain is seeking 30 new part-time employees. We'll be right back. Michael G. Nastos back for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from our studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. We're also available on YouTube and Ustream.tv. Our next story today comes from the Ann Arbor Journal. No byline was given. Bush's Fresh Food Market is seeking 30 part-time employees and will be hosting a job fair from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, September 3rd at the Holiday Inn and Suites at 3155 Boardwalk Drive in Ann Arbor. The positions are for Bush's two Ann Arbor locations at 2240 Main Street and 2020 Green Road. Job openings are for deli, meat, seafood, stock, cashiers, and produce. Bush's offers competitive pay, flexible scheduling, advancement opportunities, weekly paychecks, and an employee discount. More on this story can be found on our local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the Ypsilanti Rail Splitters and Belleville Tigers played against each other in their season opener Thursday night.
At Morgan Taylor, buy two suits, get a third suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy two suits, get a third suit free.
Back again with more news here at WDEE-TV, sharing Michigan with the world. Michael G. Nastos here reporting. Our next story comes from the MIPrepZone.com website and writer Randy Castro. An inability to withstand the barrage of pressure brought forth by the Belleville defense spelled doom for Ypsilanti Lincoln in Thursday's season-opening high school football game. The Rail Splitters, 0-1, 0-0 in the SEC White Division, struggled to keep the Tiger defense at bay in a 21-7 loss Friday night at Belleville High School. "We couldn't block them," Lincoln head coach Chris Westfall said. "Their kids were more physical, they played harder." The Lincoln defense did everything in its power to keep the game close, but fatigue took its toll late in the second half. Westfall continued, "Our defense played well enough to win. That's the best thing about tonight. We showed that we can be physical for a long time. The rare occasions where the Splitters' defense gave way proved costly." The first Belleville touchdown came on a 4th and 10 as Tiger quarterback Askery Crawford scrambled to his right and found Javon Gamble in traffic for a 45-yard scoring strike with 10:33 to play in the second quarter. Belleville's second score came on a 3rd and 2 from the Lincoln 29-yard line as Gamble broke a pair of tackles and found his way into the end zone for the second time to break a 7-all tie with 9:41 to play in the fourth quarter. Lincoln's Devonnie Reed fumbled away the ensuing kickoff, culminating in Gamble's third score of the night, this time from 10 yards out with 7:05 to play. Belleville is now 1-0 on the season. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the superintendent of the Ypsilanti Community School System answers questions about the coming school year. Michael G. Nastos back for WDEE-TV headline news, coming to you from our studios here in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and broadcasting online. Our next story today comes from the Ypsilanti Courier and writer Ben Baird. There will be some differences this new school year in Ypsilanti, including new principals at Adams, Stems Elementary, Perry Early Learning Center, the middle school, and the Washtenaw International Middle Academy, or WEMA. Ypsilanti Community Schools Superintendent Laura Lisicki, as part of a question and answer series featuring school districts in Washtenaw County, said she plans to work with community partners towards programming that supports the wellness of both students and staff. The first day of school for students is September 2nd. School already has begun for Holmes Elementary School students in early August under the balanced calendar. Now, what's new for this school year? Lisicki listed the following items. As we mentioned, the Holmes balanced calendar, WEMA working towards their middle years program IB certification, new principals at Adams, Perry, YCS Middle School, WEMA, and a new YCS High School assistant principal, a new special education director and assistant director of curriculum, added additional preschool slots at Perry and Ford Early Learning Centers, and more. This story can be found on our local news feed link on our website at WDEE-TV.com. When we come back, the WDEE-TV headline, sports, and music news for this holiday weekend.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Back with our final segment for today on WDEE-TV headline news, broadcasting from Ypsilanti, Michigan in our plush, luscious studios. In WDEE-TV headline sports, yesterday was a memorable one for local fans. Michigan native Derek Jeter went 0 for 4 in his final regular season appearance as a New York Yankee against the Detroit Tigers, who won in thrilling walk-off fashion 3-2 with a wall-banging single by Alex Avila and Phil Koch getting the win. The ever-hapless Detroit Lions showed signs of life with a preseason 23-0 whitewashing shutout of the more inept Buffalo Bills. And well, there was the elimination on the 13th season of Project Runway of Detroit designer and Kettering High School grad Sharkita Glover, following in the footsteps of former fellow Michigan contestants Daniel Voicevic, Joe Ferris, and Melissa Fleiss, who also did not win. But here is a story of triumph for a former Wolverine basketball star and good guy who has been plugging away at his craft for decades. Ex-University of Michigan star Phil Hubbard has wanted to be a head coach in the NBA for a long time, but now the door may be open. Hubbard was named as the head coach of the LA Defenders, the Lakers' developmental league team. As a center, Hubbard was a member of championship teams in Ann Arbor, played in the NBA for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons. Hubbard was previously an assistant coach with the Defenders from 2011 to 2013 before leaving to assist with the Santa Cruz Warriors last season. The 57-year-old veteran coach has also worked as an assistant for a number of NBA teams, including the Atlanta Hawks, Golden State Warriors, and Washington Wizards. Champions will be crowned at Milan Dragway this Sunday in the season-long McCormack Racing ET Bracket Challenge finale. The winners and 28 other qualifiers will be headed to Indianapolis for the Division III finals in September as Team Milan. The races at Milan in 2014 have been close and very competitive. Livonia's Marlon Howes seeks his 10th championship at Milan in Sportsman Eliminator, holding a comfy 44-point lead over Maybe's Cody Balcom. Joe Novak from Monroe looks to be a repeat champion in back-to-back seasons like Howe's. His all-time winning Super Pro motorcycle has a 35-point advantage over number 2 biker Steve Mallett. In the very fierce Pro Division for full-body door cars, Wes Buckley and his Ohio Camaro will attempt to keep or increase his 20-point lead over the hard-charging Ron Smith, having a great year driving his Toledo-based Chevy 2, with Ypsilanti's Mickey Adams and Brownstown's Jason Proffitt aboard their older Camaros in definite contention. And in Super Pro, Cody Heights Monte Carlo has a 21-point lead over the Ohio-based rear-engine dragster of David Davis. WDEE-TV music news for this Labor Day weekend surrounds the 35th annual Detroit Jazz Festival, the premier free music festival in North America, bar none. Friday through Monday, the Hart Plaza to Campus Martius Park area will be brimming with the sounds of authentic, traditional, progressive, and mostly swinging jazz with deep roots in Detroit. Artist in residence is saxophonist Joshua Redman, who performs in 4 different settings throughout the weekend. He'll be on a bill with the Bad Plus and the program A Night at the Apollo tonight. Saturday, we suggest you check out the pianists Ellen Rowe, Arwan Ortiz, Randy Weston, Alvin Waddles, Cyrus Chestnut, Barry Harris, or James DePogny, legendary saxophonists Phil Woods, Lou Donaldson, or Pharoah Sanders, Marcus Belgrave and a Louis Armstrong tribute, guitarist Mike Stern, and vocalist Frida Payne, among others. Sunday, it's drummer Al Foster, the pianist Orrin Evans, U of M grad, saxophonist and Rolling Stones sideman Tim Reese, Randy Weston with Billy Harper, the vibraphonist Gary Burton, violinist Regina Carter, Prism with bass player Dave Holland, Ramsey Lewis, and trumpeter Wallace Roney, among the many big names you should know or get to know to choose from. Then Labor Day Monday, top it off with Ron Carter, Jimmy Wilkins returning to play the music of his brother Ernie Wilkins, Steve March Torme, yes, he's the son of Mel Torme, Dr. Lonnie Smith on the organ, Stanley Clark and his School Days Band, John and Bucky Pizzarelli, and a panel discussion about fabled saxophonist Sonny Red. It's all free of charge with crowds approaching 500,000 people, truly the highlight of the summer. And that's WDEE-TV headline news for Friday, August 29th, 2014. Thanks to my producer, Tony D. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the beauty of this world, and we'll see you at the Jazz Fest. So long, everybody.